गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन, दिस इज़ डॉक्टर नितिन। मैं आज की वीडियो में ये शेयर करना चाहूँगा अबाउट द गाइडलाइंस विच हैव बीन रिलीज्ड बाय द मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर रिगार्डिंग द रेशनल यूज ऑफ द पर्सनल प्रोटेक्टिव इक्विपमेंट्स दैट आर द PPEs. Before we get to the PPE kits, what is the main thing we should understand? सबसे important चीज़ जो हमें समझना चाहिए is the mode of transmission. And what is the mode of transmission? Is through respiratory droplets. So when are these respiratory droplets generated? These respiratory droplets are generated when a patient coughs, sneezes, or even when he exhales. And the other most important mode of transmission is through direct contact and contacting our hands to a surface which is contaminated and placing it in our hands, mouth, and possibly even eyes. Now coming to our first component is the face shield and the eyewear. The main purpose of this face shield and the eyewear is to prevent contamination of the mucous membrane of the eyes, nose and the mouth. The only thing that we should make sure while purchasing an eyewear is that the eyewear must be completely airtight and sealed along the line of the face of the skin. And the physicians who are used to wearing spectacles must make sure that the eyewear which is being purchased must be able to accommodate them. Respiratory droplets precautions becomes very vital and very crucial in treating a COVID suspected patient. Therefore, the wear of face mask is recommended to prevent contamination from these infected droplets. Face masks are divided into many types according to their risk profile. For people who are working in the hospital and the community settings, it is divided into one, a triple layered mask, and the second, the N95 respiratory mask. The triple layered mask is a disposable mask. It has a high fluid resistant and it also prevents the wearer from getting contaminated from the infected droplets. The second, the N95 respiratory mask, whereas has a higher filtration efficiency. These masks should have a good breathability and a higher fluid resistance. If worn correctly, the N95 respiratory mask has a better filtration efficiency than this triple layered mask owing to its higher tight seal. When a person comes in contact with an object contaminated by a COVID patient and uses the same hands to touch his eyes, nose and his mouth, there is a high risk of contracting the virus. Obviously, this is not the most predominant way of getting the virus, but yes, utmost care should be taken. In a clinical setup, nitrile gloves are preferred to be used than to a latex glove just because nitrile gloves have a properties of resisting a lot of chemicals like chlorine. Latex gloves have also been associated with skin allergies. In a situation when there is no nitrile gloves, latex gloves can be used. A non-powdered gloves is to be used and not a powdered gloves. By using appropriate protective clothing, it is possible to create a barrier to eliminate or reduce contact and droplet exposure, both known to transmit COVID-19, thus protecting the healthcare workers working in close proximity, that is within 1 meter of a suspected COVID patient. Coveralls typically provide 360-degree protection because they are designed to cover the whole body, including the back and the lower legs, and sometimes head and feet as well. The design of the medical gowns do not provide continuous whole body protection. Coveralls and gowns are deemed equally acceptable as there is lack of comparative evidence to show whether one is more effective than the other in reducing transmission. An apron can also be worn over the gown for the entire time the health worker is in the treatment area. Light colors are preferable to better detect possible contamination. Shoe covers should be made of impermeable fabric to be used over the shoes to facilitate personal protection and decontamination. The shoe cover should be of the same material which is used in the coveralls. It should cover the entire shoe up to the ankles. Now coming to our last component is the head covers. Those using gowns should use a head cover that covers the head and neck while providing clinical care for patients. If you think you've gained something from this video, do like and share this video. For further info on what happens to the PPE kits after it is used, is the HEPA filters good enough to clear off aerosol for use in clinical practice, what is fumigation, and lot more in the subsequent videos, subscribe to the channel The Nitty Boy.